Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for watching. It's News Hour on MYBA TV. I am Oyindamola Carver. First, the headlines.
Are you looking for a perfect way to showcase your brand or event? At MYBA LED Screen, we provide high-quality indoor and outdoor LED display solutions that guarantee visibility and impact for churches, political campaigns, weddings, and so on. Let's take a look into it. In a world where visibility is everything, your message deserves to stand out.
Blurry screens, poor brightness, and low quality display can keep you far behind. At MYBA LED Screen, we deliver crystal clear visual, high brightness, and premium display solutions that capture attention instantly. Trusted by businesses, events, and brands that want to be seen. Call us today or WhatsApp us on these numbers.
Lagos Assembly demands stronger security against infrastructure vandals. NCAA begs aviation unions to suspend strike. I never said soldiers should reject Tinubu's salary hike, says Peter Obi. And sports. Nigeria keep Olympic hope despite world champs withdrawal. Stakeholders divided over NFF elections. News in details. The Lagos State House of Assembly has called for stronger community-level security and tougher prosecution of vandals and their collaborators as it moved to curb the destruction of public infrastructure across the state. Speaking during deliberations at the plenary session held on Monday, the lawmakers urged the state government to adequately equip and train the Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps and other local security outfits to improve surveillance and help prevent the vandalism of roads, bridges, and other facilities. The Assembly also warned that efforts to tackle the problem should not end with the arrest of suspected vandals, insisting that individuals and businesses that buy, sell, or profit from stolen government property should also be investigated and prosecuted. The demands followed a motion moved by the lawmaker representing Ikorodu 2, Moshood Aro, during plenary after concerns were raised over the vandalism of public infrastructure, particularly in Festac. The lawmaker said the response to the problem also required stronger coordination among government agencies, security bodies, and communities. The lawmaker therefore urged the government to combine stronger local surveillance with effective prosecution and sanctions, particularly against the wider network that profits from stolen public infrastructure. In another news, NCAA begs aviation unions to suspend strike. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has appealed to aviation unions to suspend their ongoing industrial action, saying a peace meeting called by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, could not be held after airline operators failed to attend. The appeal came as the labor action continued to disrupt flight operations and leave passengers and other travelers bearing the brunt of the lingering disputes. The aviation regulator said there had been an opportunity to address the grievances at a meeting convened by the minister last week, but the effort collapsed when airline operators failed to honor the invitation. The unions had shut down operations of the largest airline in Abuja, Air Peace, as part of efforts to drive home their demands, worsening disruptions for passengers who had already been caught in the crisis between labor and airline operators. While passengers have remained either on their feet or on a seat at the airport, the NCAA appealed to all sides to return to the negotiating table. In another news, I never said soldiers should reject Tinubu's salary, says Peter Obi. The presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, has denied reports that he called on Nigerian soldiers to reject the salary increase approved by President Bola Tinubu. Obi described the report as false and urged Nigerians to disregard it. He said he had consistently advocated adequate equipment, motivation, and protection for security personnel. He urged Nigerians to disregard what he described as the misleading report. In sports, Nigeria keep Olympic hope despite world champs withdrawal. Nigeria's men and women flag football teams will still have a chance of competing in the qualifying event for the 2028 Olympic Games, despite withdrawing from this year's International Federation of African Football Flag World Cup. Nigeria's men and women flag football teams will still have a chance of competing in the qualifying event of the 2028 Olympic Games despite withdrawing from the year's International Federation of American Football Flag Football World Championship in Dusseldorf over visa issues. The tournament marks the start of the journey to the inaugural Olympic flag football competition, with 16 men and 16 women teams set to battle for the world titles and 4 direct quota spots for the LA28 Olympic Games. Nigeria's pathway to the LA28 Olympic Games remained open despite the withdrawal from the World Championships. The Nigerians men and women teams will have the opportunity to compete at the 2027 IFAF Continental Championship, where a top 2 finish would secure qualification for the Olympic Qualifier Series, the final stage of qualification for the LA28 Olympic Games. And wrapping it up on the news, stakeholders divided over NFF elections. Nigeria football stakeholders remain divided over calls for the suspension of the Nigeria Football Federation elections, even as former international points to the country's recent setbacks in continental football as evidence of a system in need of urgent reform. Former Dream Team star Abiodun Obafemi, a member of Nigeria's gold medal winning squad at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, lamented the contrast between the spirit that drove the triumph and the current state of the game following the exit of both the Super Falcons and the Flying Eagles from their respective World Cup pathways. Odegbami has argued that the country's football administration has failed to match the innermost talent within Nigerian football, describing NFF election as having become a 4-yearly ritual of crisis, and has appealed to President Bola Tinubu and other well-meaning Nigerians to halt the process. And this ends the news hour. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to all our social media platforms on MYBA TV. I am Oyindamola Carver. Good afternoon.
MYBA TV, bridging the gaps.